And I did a shout out to Red Cabin. Well, I know, for instance, that Stream Avatars actually does Lua as well. So in Stream Avatars, but I didn't know this until after I started thinking that I wanted to do that. So they've got a Lua API. But see, they've got this whole interface. But yeah, I know Lua's a bit weird. Like, I started reading the docs for Lua, and I was just so confused. All right, so here's what I was thinking. If we add another tab bar and we put no, it's not a tab bar. What the hell is a tab bar versus tab container? Let's look that up. Control that provides a horizontal bar with tabs. Similar to tab container, but is only in charge of drawing tabs, not interacting with children. Okay, so that's not. There we go. Okay. I guess we could just, you know what? If we did do drag and drop with hot reloading, right? That's not a bad idea. So essentially, you drag and drop it. It uses that location for that part of the avatar, and then it just goes, okay, we can have a checkbox even if we want to do it that way, and say, okay, just check to see if this file has changed, and if it has, refresh. So the question is, resource loader. Is there a way to do some sort of thing where we can tell if it's changed? Is there a signal? Or would we loop? Do a timer where we check occasionally? Is it file? It's not file dialog. Yeah, like one of these has reference to excuse me. I don't want to. File access. Here we go. But just methods. So we could do some sort of like MD5 open. Just to read. Yeah, we could use MD5 and store it in there, and then occasionally check it. I'd want to test this theory with doing an export and seeing if we had a loop and we were constantly running MD5, would it see the change, or do we need to go and do another open again to the same file in order to get the difference? Maybe we should double check OS commands as well, because maybe there's something else that can do something like this. Let's search for file. No. Let's read about open. Creates a new file access object. Opens the file for writing or reading, depending on the flags. Returns null if opening the file failed. You can use get open error to check that the error that occurred. So that's another function call. Returns the last open call in the current thread. Returns the result. All right. I think that's a good middle ground. So let's put this back up here. And we're going to delete this. And then 10 panels. We're going to have 10 panels. We need to be able to drag and drop. Control D. All right. So these would be all the body parts. Let's edit our theme a little bit to not look like crap. And this would be what? I don't even see it in here. There it is. Okay. Corner details 5. Okay. Can I just copy this? Let's go back. Copy. Go over to panel. Paste. Okay. Interestingly, okay, so we do want to change one thing about this, which is we want a radius on the other side. Okay, that's better. We do need some sort of margins. Yeah, but we don't want to expand the margins. We want them to be on the inside, which does nothing. Jeez. JD Does Dev, how's it going? Thanks for the raid. I've been seeing you streaming every day. You're gonna be big, kid. You're gonna be huge. Next time I get a chance, I'll raid you for sure. I haven't done that in a while, but how's it going? How's Godot Land treating you? Let me double check. I'm talking about. Yeah. This is who I'm talking about. I love your thing though, PT Dubs. Whenever your audio indicator thing, I think that's so cool. Oh, Big Pup, he's in the cage right now. I could get him out. We do a shout out. Why do I always miss the T in shout out? JD Does Devs. Shout out. He's asleep right now. I don't want to bother him. But I am crating him lately because he needs to chill. I'm going through some tutorials now that are teaching a lot. I'm feeling more confident. Nice. Yeah, it's really fun to develop in Godot. I like it a lot. A lot. I like it a lot. I have a lot of fun in it. I must say, I'm impressed. I don't know. I think it's a fun little Susie. I don't know what I'm saying, but no, I have a lot of fun in it. I like it. Look it. Yeah, so right now we're working on some UI stuff. I'll show you a little bit more about what is going on here. Thanks for coming along, guys. People in the raid, I appreciate you having here. Right now I'm working on a chat game thing, something. It's in the vein of stream avatars. But we're trying to make it stream avatars, but more better. So it's taking some time. We're working on the system right now to be able to import your avatar design into it. We are not doing a singular sprite-driven approach, not doing like animated sprites. We are taking a skeleton that you give us. This is like our poser skeleton. And then I can show you what you could do with it, something like this. And essentially, we're mapping each of the joints to this avatar system that's like a skeleton. And then we can animate the avatars using kinematics and stuff like that. So, got a raid run. Totally understand. Really enjoying it. Have a lot to learn, but I'm extremely excited to keep going. Nice. And it seemed to me like you had come from maybe Unity or something. But I didn't. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if it was just the timing or anything like that, but I like it a lot. I already mentioned that. I'm repeating myself. I like it a lot. Let's see. He's having a stroke. Dude's crazy. Thanks for the follow. Let's see. Who do we got? Is it Wilder Hives? Thank you for the follow. We're I'm looking for the here we go, box container. And then we're gonna put the La Bleu inside here. Colts, how you been? I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm going to go Wilder. Wilder? Wilder. Me? Yeah, you. Who else would I be talking to? Who the heck else would I be talking to? We're going to add a a texture rect. And this will be the other. There we go. Now transform. So this is interesting. The panel's full width. There we go. There we go. Now we're split even. Even Stevens. It's been forever, Colt. It's been too long. It's been much too long. What year is it? How long was I gone? How do you center? How do you center La Bleu text? Here we go. Aha. There we go. That is the La Bleu that we want. Okay. So we kind of need to do some of this programmatically, but we want this general look and feel. And we're going to have multiple Essentially, we're going to recreate this hierarchy in here. And then allow the person, the artist or whatever, to drag and rearrange the order. It's kind of like you would be rearranging the z-index or the draw order, but it's a little more complicated than that because, again, we're dealing with this kind of hierarchy in the back end. So when you drag the leg, in a certain way, yeah, it's going to be a little more complicated than that. Because, for instance, we kind of do need to fake the Z order. Right. Man, so we're going to have to... Okay. But, okay. So, the other thing... Sorry, I'm kind of blowing my own mind right now. Like, the lower leg can be above the upper leg. Or the upper leg can be below the lower leg, but only in their own little world. So we actually need to group sort of the four major appendages into their own group that can be rearranged, and inside of those groups, those elements can be dragged around and moved too. Oh dear God. Dear God, man. I mean, I guess... Asada? Is it carne asada? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Okay. So if we do this, then we can make all of these unique, and then we can just get them to match whatever order we need them to be initially. We'll just get them to match. So we'll make these scene unique names, and this will be torso, and then the La Bleu will say torso. And we'll go like that. And then what do we got? All the crazy names for everything else. Dear God. I do wish you could split the scene window in Godot. I'd like to be able to have two scenes open at the same time. Or at least I get because it's so tied to the inspector. But I'd like to be able to not have to do this all the time. When I'm like trying to get other things going, this drives me nuts. So I think to cheat, if we were to instantiate a child scene here. Marcus, thanks for the follow. If we bring in our runtime avatar down here and then we explode it, whoops. We go like this and we say editable children. Now I can see the names of everything that I want to see. So I'm just cheating for now. this is the kind of the order of everything. So we'll collapse head, collapse torso. Let's collapse this thing here. We don't need that. And then we'll just drag the avatar around and start building out these other names. So leg right upper. Leg right upper. And then la bleu, we'll say leg right upper. Like that. And we just got to go through and do all of them. Bleu. Leg right lower. Neighbor's truck is there right now, FYI. Ugh. Arm right upper. And then same for the la bleu. Arm right upper. And then arm right lower. And let's move this down a bit. Arm left upper. How do chirps work? Do you get money from them, or are they just engagement tools? People can use bits for them. And if I'm not mistaken, that is real money, but I've never had anyone ever do that. I think you could do bit-specific stuff, too. Like, you can have redeems that require bits. But we do them because they're fun. I do feel a little bit like a clown sometimes when the redeems start going like crazy. I feel like it's like dance, puppet. And let's just double check these don't have new lines, because for some reason we accidentally had a new line on head. No, we don't. Okay. All right. So we can get rid of this. And so we're starting to look more like how we want to be. But this is really its own thing. So even the tab here is not probably the right name for this. But what we want is, if we're to look on our desktop right now and load up our template and bring back the running scene, in theory, we would have like this open, and we would just grab, like we'd have head, right? And we'd grab the head image. So this is the head. And we would just drag and drop that in here. And then the head would appear. So we would start out with these little parts here, torso, all this. There would be these individual bits of this like skeleton. And then we would, Cypher, thank you for the follow. Then so it would, you would see these little representations as the textures in here for each bit of the avatar. The reason why it's so important that they're allowed to drag and reorder them is, again, the draw order is important depending on the asset that's been created. For instance, if you have knee-high boots, you want the boot to draw over the knee. But if there's shorts, you want the short to hang over the lower part of the appendage. That epic Simpsons cab in the background. Thanks. Yeah, things are going good. I hope things are good with you. Let me get rid of the doggo thing there. Right now, the Simpsons cabinet is modded RetroPie. So it's a 1-up arcade, and then the Simpsons cabinet allows you to. There's like a joystick replacement that you can put in it that will allow you to plug the monitor into that, and then it'll have a pass through for HDMI. And so that's running a RetroPie, and it's got like every 16-bit and MAME game that you could imagine on there. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, and then so as the artist drags in the artwork in here, they'll be able to cycle through the animations that we have for it, and they'll be able to see what their artwork looks like with this system. So the avatar is a little small here. We're going to make it a little bigger. I guess I could work on that right now. But I want to scale it dynamically, so I need to do some math in order to get that right. And then, as the artist, you'll drag the draw order for each of the elements the way that you want them. And then once you have that all done, you'd be able to export this. So this is probably going to end up being its own tool, but you'd be able to export this and give this to somebody else who has this software, and they would be able to import the avatar that you've created into the software, into their thing. So you could put it on Steam Workshops. Like this software will have a workshop page that you could have things there. But I don't believe that you can charge for individual workshop items unless you do like a fund me type of thing, which I think is a huge missed opportunity by Steam, by the way. But I imagine there's kind of a TOS nightmare to navigate with that stuff, specifically from the OG dev, But I would have no problem with people selling their own avatars on itch, and then, I'm going to make sure too that when you import, there's no tool in here to export imported avatars, right? So we're not going to let that happen. Captain Chica, thanks for the follow. What's going on with the follows right now, guys? I don't understand. Yeah, so we're getting there. And again, just to show what it could look like, we've got, even right now in our, we don't have this running, but it does work. All the animations will correspond with this particular, this is like a sample of like a different look. And so all the animations and everything that you've seen already will translate perfectly with this, and it looks great. It's actually really amazing. The thing that's missing right now from animations that we're going to reintegrate is like tweening between animations. Like you'll notice on this loop here of the falling, it snaps back to the start of the play of the animation, and they're not like one-to-one. Eventually we can smooth that out. But as we move towards the skeletal system, we've had to do a lot of things for performance reasons, and it's created some things that we have to deal with that break. As we fix that, it breaks other stuff and so on and so forth. Yeah, so we're just trying to get this GUI looking right. So anyways, artists will be able to have a tool, test their avatar out, their design out with the different animations, and export that, give that to other people however they wish. And maybe we could have built into that, a form thing where you fill out like your name, and then like a link, like a URL that is baked in. So when an import happens, you're credited for the streamer. So if they ever want to come back to you and commission you for something else, they would be able to do that. That wouldn't be too hard to do. Yeah. So things are moving along. It's just, this is like the minutia of making something that you can sell. It's just like really boring. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, though. I'll say that much. I'm starting to see, like, okay, this seems like it could be a real thing and people will like it. So maybe we'll see. Let's see. There are quarters out there for practicing I could borrow 2 of. Yes. That's my wife texting me. She's not in chat. What am I saying? Replying to a text verbally on stream, as if my wife can hear me right now. Yes, honey. So Thursdays, just real quick. Thursdays are tactics. The Dream Game. That's what I'm working on. Is a game that is like a inspired by Final Fantasy Tactics. How many independent developers are doing something like that? But we're trying to go true to that. We're doing isometric camera rotations, all of that stuff. But we are taking things in a different direction. We might even actually be getting rid of the when you say RPG, you think of leveling mechanics, even though the abbreviation is role-playing game. But we're in video games. When you say RPG, you really think of that. You think of like the mechanics of leveling and stuff. We're probably going to get rid of that altogether and still keep the tactical play. So if you thought of it more like chess is a fully deterministic in so much as at the current state of the board, there's only specific things that can happen, and you know exactly what they'll happen when that play happens. So it's going to be a mix of chess with dice. You could imagine, if you were to imagine like but that's so. Long story short, tomorrow we're gonna have Devro, who's a cool developer. Let me give a shout out to him. He's going to be walking me through Blender for the first time, and he's going to be kind of speed running me through Blender. He knows exactly what I need to be able to do in it. It's pretty simple stuff. I really need to start with a block and then kind of shape it into different shapes, but still have it be in a cube shape so that we can use the grid map in Godot to build out these stages in the same vein as Final Fantasy Tactics. So that's what we're working on Thursdays, is tactical stuff. But every other day that I'm streaming, weekdays and sometimes on weekends, is this chat system thing. So that's primarily what I'm working on right now. The idea being that we get this thing released and hopefully start making some money with it, and we use that to fund the development of the quote unquote dream game. Margin. All right, I'm going to let the beast out. We'll see what he does. Oh, okay. Oh, his ear. He's got something going on with his ear. Come on, buddy. You okay? Oh, that ear, huh? You want to get up on the chair? You okay, bud? Let's get the doggo cam going, huh? You want some water? Maybe we could go. Maybe I could go grab some water for you, huh? I just don't want you going over to the neighbor and bothering him, okay? Get up on here. Do you want some water? Maybe Mama could get you some water. What do you think? What do you think? Come on. You want to go for a walk? Hmm? Yeah? Hmm? Somehow, is there a way I could stream the walk? Do you think that's possible? Can we cut to a walking stream? I suppose if I wear the right jacket, we could set up the camera, put it in my pocket on my phone, and try and broadcast a walk. Do you think we could do that? Do you think it's possible? All right. I'm gonna try and do a walk stream with my dog. We'll see. I'll take my phone. He just needs to stretch his legs. So I'm gonna give him a walk. I'll try and keep it going on the camera. Is that possible? Let's see. It says I'm live. How do I go live from my phone? Go live. Here we go. Stream IRL. Oh, dude, I look like an old man. I'm old. No. All right. Let's see. Can I just start broadcasting from? Somebody just came in the house. We're going to try this. I'm going to try broadcasting. What happens when I do this? Does it take over the stream? Failed to broadcast. Fantastic. How do I take over my current stream? Twitch. I just want to hitch a ride. Gonna take a little ride. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba.
Were you saying his ears hurt?
Yeah, his right ear is all bloody on the inside.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, down, Cal.